One thing about players, the players in the locker room, they know who's a baller and who's not. They know who's a leader and who's not. So you can't fake it in the locker room. It doesn't matter what they say on TV. It doesn't matter what they presume who the leader is. It doesn't matter what they presume who a hard worker is. It doesn't matter who people on TV talk about who a baller is. The players in the locker room will tell you exactly who they think a leader is, who they think a baller is, who they can rely on in the huddle, who they can rely on in the foxhole, and who they choose to be their teammates. And that's who you need to listen to. So anytime you hear these talking heads out there who are getting paid millions of dollars telling you what they think, it doesn't matter. If they are not reporting facts by beat writers who are on the ground, and in the foxhole, in the locker rooms with these teams on a day-to-day basis, man, take everything they say with a grain of salt. It's all entertainment for them. But if you want to know the true facts, pay attention to the beat writers out there that are covering the teams every single day. That's who I have the respect for, who are right there in the sun every day watching these players play, who are talking behind the scenes, who are taking notes off the record, who are taking notes on the record, who are interviewing this team, who are doing the due diligence of doing the research, who are watching the film out there. Those are the ones that you need to listen to. And trust me, there are a whole bunch of them out there that I do respect. But a whole bunch of talking heads out there on TV just getting paid millions of dollars to defame a whole bunch of players, I have no respect for those people. And that's why the new media, like Draymond Green and people or other players, have their own platform to cut out the filter, cut out the middleman out there to get you what you need to do, to listen to. But pay attention to those people. So yes, I just had to make that point out there because a lot of the misinformation, for whatever reason, there are a lot of talking heads out there who are just friends with agents. There are talking heads out there who are just friends with former players. There are talking heads out there who are just friends with former coaches who actually just want a leg up in whatever future transaction is going to happen. But believe me, it's a dirty game out there. There's a lot of millions and billions on the line. So don't take everything else. I mean, with act like, okay, there are no ulterior motives for why some people report what they report. Like, for instance, like if you think a team is capable of winning the Super Bowl, then say that when it's time to pay those players. Okay? Don't lowball players when it's time for contract negotiations. And then when it's time to make a prediction, say, oh yeah, this team is primed to win the Super Bowl. So if you're requiring a player to win the Super Bowl, then pay him his worth. I see a lot of that and nobody's making that point. Okay, when it's time for contract negotiations, I don't see this talking heads talking about, oh yeah, that's a $20 million player, or that's a $30 million player, or that's a $50 million player. But when it's time to make predictions, you can predict that those players, that team is going to win the Super Bowl. What is that all about? Man, that's why you can't listen to a whole bunch of people getting paid millions, because there are ulterior motives out there. But pay attention to the beat writers. Those are the ones on the ground. Shout out to all the beat writers out there. You know who you are. Those are the ones on the ground covering the teams every single day in the sun. It's not a glamorous job. Trust me. You don't want to be in like 90-degree heat, covering players in training camp, going over passes, watching film every single day just to bring you the right stuff out there. Shout out to those beat writers out there. But those talking heads out there, we're watching you, and we're going to be calling you out right here on Simple Logic. All right? Thank you for joining us on this segment. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach us on our social media platform. I'm on Twitter at Real Super Nola, on Instagram, Real Super Nola, on TikTok, Real Super Nola, and of course, Super Nola TV on YouTube. Thank you very, very much for joining us on this segment. We'll talk soon.